I actually think Wind Ranger could be very, very nice here. Like, how would they deal with Wind Run at all? Also a hero that can very easily buy a 4-star. I feel whoever Black plays does need to have 4-star to get themselves out of the way of the Tusk. And damn, Leshrac, Jesus Christ. Wow, okay. A lot of magical damage, some push potential from Infamous. They even have, if they really want to, they could set this up as a laning combination. Like Sand King, Disruptor, Leshrac. This could be a safe lane actually. You put the Doom by himself in the offlane against the Sven. Or you force the Leshrac Sand King Disruptor against the Sven lane itself. Knowing how much additional damage you'll have from all your spells. Can force the Sven out of his lane. It's also a hero that doesn't really care about being leashed by Razor. You still deal damage in the team fight. As long as you have the Pulse Nova and the Diabolic Edict going, you're a major threat. Natural Yules builder, so you'll be able to avoid the Storm Hammer coming in. But it does also present a hero that potentially EgoBoys will be unable to ignore in these fights. I do like their lineup a lot more than we've seen thus far. It's a lot tankier. They have a lot more lockdown. Taking fights doesn't seem like it requires them to actually have items. Levels will do. An Infamous. Oh my god. We're about to have Infamous trying to book themselves to Epicenter with the last pick Naga Siren. Oh my goodness. Sigh. Well, it's Naga. We've all seen enough Naga to know how this is gonna go. This is gonna be fun to watch. It's so annoying for Sven and Razor. Well, Sven more so than the Razor to play against Naga Siren. But Razor as well also gets really ticked off being ensnared into place. And last pick Alchemist. Okay. Alright. I can sort of get behind the notion of having this Alchemist as your final pickup. So a hero that's gonna scale for you for the ultra late game. You have the Acid Spray, which I kind of think is actually nice versus Naga Siren, because the illusions don't want to stick around in that area. Between the Acid Spray and the Razor using the Plasma Field, you can 9 times out of 10 really get rid of the Alchemist. Or the Alchemist with the Razor can get rid of most of the illusions.
10 seconds remaining.
You're playing Alchemist in a game where you also have the Sven hero, who can increase how quickly you move around, how much overall HP you have effectively. I also like that it moves the Sven, takes away the responsibility of this hero having to carry the entire game, because that could be rough versus the Naga Siren. You just get kited around way too much. Alchemist though can get big enough that it doesn't really matter, but you just end up destroying some of these heroes before they're even on your level. Like, I've seen situations where Alchemist gets to like level 12, rest of the heroes around the game are level 7, level 8. You just go around blowing people up. So EgoBoys dreams in the last pick Alchemist for Tomato. There is a lot of control for this hero though. There's some instance disable from Fog, there's some silences, there's some dooms, there's some uncontrollable damage. There are many ways for this Alchemist to wind up winning this game for the team, but There's also many ways in which his victory is all but guaranteed not to happen. So much control from the side of Infamous. But Tomato, now the game rests in his shoulders. So let us see whether or not the Alchemist can make this happen. EgoBoys, their final game. This is about to be it. He's heading into the mid lane. Tomato on the Alchemist. And on the side of Ego, they are going to be running, it's seemingly an aggressive lane. Matthew on the Tusk, King Tekka on the Sven, as well as Ryzen on the Grimstroke. I think one of the issues is that Ego has not been willing to play as aggressively as they possibly could. I don't think you can afford to play against a team that is clearly mechanically better than you without trying something to throw them off guard, throw them off kilter, make them play a different style of Dota than they would if they had the choice.
30 seconds to battle.
So we see now, Infamous was smoked into the Radiant side of the map. They might find Tomato. This would be a disaster. But I think he's aware that something is happening over here. Draken's also just hiding in the trees. They do not want to give away their lives. They do not want to give away anything. They're willing to exchange bounty runes with the double 2. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the final game potentially. Infamous need a single victory in order to guarantee themselves a spot at the major. EgoBoys need a single victory to guarantee themselves a continual opportunity to play to get into the major, let alone the major itself. And we see them forcing the Razor away from the lane. Draken can't make this approach happen, so they're going to be able to clear out this creep wave fairly quickly. And Razor, is he going to be forced to TP underneath the tier 1 tower? Yep. What can he do? What can he do? So it's going to be fine in that situation. Skeeter mid, he's going to be the one with the Naga Siren up against the Alchemist pick. So this lane isn't that great for Alk, at least for the first few levels. But then once you hit level 3, you're A-okay. You just get annoyed by the damage you're taking early on, because Riptide is a bitch, because you have such little armor as the Alchemist in the earlier portion of the game. But as things go, you can farm with the Acid Spray, force the Naga Siren away with the Unstable Concoction if you get nervous. So you're just fine, you're okay. It does seem like we're gonna have a little bit of trading safe lane wise. You see that the Sven, King Tekka, is farming happily by himself at top. He's trading with Hester Joe. So at the very least, even though they do have the Sven in a bit of a demoted priority gold wise, Infamous at the beginning of the game will still be able to get as strong a start as they did in game 1. Perhaps not as strong a start, but a very strong start nonetheless.
No gold for you.
And they haven't tried to mount any of the aggression that's possible with the heroes that they have here. Maybe they're waiting for Pepita to have level 2 so that he has either Glimpse or Kinetic Field to make sure that after the stuns landed in from the Sand King Lesh, they actually have the chase potential to ensure that they get the kills. And Pepita was trying to interrupt this pull, does manage to do so successfully. Matthew will try and join it in the opposite direction, succeed in this endeavor as well. So they were ready. Ego have a tri lane here for a reason, trying to make sure that this Alchemist in middle doesn't have to worry about the Razor at bottom. Draken might end up using his life split. Earth will not connect thanks to the snowball flying in the opposite direction. Inksoul did stun up Biver and they do get the first blood. Ryzen making the play happen on the Grimstroke. And that's the play I was talking about. Snowball with Inksoul, guaranteed stun onto multiple heroes. The only thing is that Matthew did mess up those ice shots, and he might end up losing his life here. Biver looking for the Power Strike, will be able to find him. Thunder Strike will be there. Matthew still alive, does manage to keep on living, but now here's Draken looking potentially to bring down Black. Inksoul will be out, and they surround and kill the Leshrac, bringing him down into the dirt. Draken looking towards Biver right now. There will be a Bar Strike. Biver gets himself back to safety. Snowball is there, dragging everybody towards the Sand King. The plasma field will be there. Can the Sand King survive this one? Fiverr just wants 2 more seconds of survivability, and he'll be able to borrow strike to safety. He's fine. He's fine. Quite a bit of time wasted by the Razor, and he's gonna miss on this pull. Had he made the decision immediately to try go pull, maybe he would have made it. But a little bit of a hesitation with the stutter step. It's not that big a deal. He's gonna still come back, but look how much he's behind CS to Black. Black is 17-7 on this Leshrac compared to the 7-1 on the Razor right now. And that move obviously is gonna hurt and contribute towards this particular metric. Across the map though, it's not so bad for his compatriots. In the mid lane, we see that Tomato, second in the net worth on the last hits right now, 27-1. Sven, King Tekka, 28-8 for the time being. So the creep score, not really an issue that they're concerned about on the side of the EgoBoys. At least for now, and at least for anybody but Razor. Draken is hating life, but he is playing with an Alchemist. And this is why he's down here at bottom, just to make sure Alk has as good a game as humanly possible. However, they want to get the bounce. Will they be able to pick it up? Fiverr no, grabs it instead and will turn around looking for the split earth. But this time, Black is won't be able to cast it just yet. Matthew with the snowball enables Draken to find the kill onto Fiverr. Split earth doesn't connect onto Draken and there's no glimpse, so Razor will be able to walk away safely from that engagement.
There's more to life than punching things as hard as you can.
And the EgoBoys, Draken just happy that he's not dying. He knows that this lane has this high kill potential. Gonna be relying on his team to help him catch back up, especially once the Alchemist decides to go into the jungle like on a more permanent basis. Then I'm expecting to see the Razor either rotating middle or, okay, hold on for the Alchemist. He's being surrounded right now. There are heroes all around him. Kinetic field after the bar strike ensures that he gets killed off, and the mid lane Ryzen TP it in to try and save his friend, but instead he finds himself the recipient of a split earth as Black showing up in the pop. They've got the kill. EgoBoys, Ryzen. This is the thing about playing against Alchemists. Most teams don't try and make these hyper aggressive plays onto Alk early on, believing that they can handle him once he decides to retreat into the jungle. But Alchemist dying early is one of the best things in the world. Delays so much of what this hero can do. And you see the smoke though. Ryzen wants to head across into the mid lane. I think he just wants to be on a warding mission for now, as there's no real kill potential for anybody on his side. They don't have the unstable concoction for Tomato, so no way they kill Skeeter. Going top, King Tech not even close to the lane itself, so they won't be able to kill the Doom. And at bottom, Razor, not really the hero that is in a position to bring anybody down himself. So a man without a home right now is Ryzen. He's just hanging out mid, soaking up some experience, while Tomato goes in and out. Oh wait, what? How did that happen? What? They dove him behind the tier 1? A Sven. Oh, it's Pepito. Pepito didn't even use the glimpse. That's pretty weird, if I'm honest. Kinetic field, thunderstrike. Oh, Doom was committed. Okay, that makes it a little bit more sensible. That's Joe getting the chase down with his ultimate. And Tomato slowly but surely able to get as much CS from the jungle stacks on the side. Hasn't been stacking really. They're gonna try to kill him. Biver rotates in with this haste rune. Matthew doesn't have any detection, otherwise they would potentially try for the Sand King. But it's not gonna end up happening. Oh well. So Tomato now is going to be in the jungle full time. Biva sticking around him for now, maybe to sap some XP. But it's definitely not going to be enough to ensure that they walk away feeling like they've countered the Alchemist. But now they seem happy though, Infamous. Not trying to be aggressive. They're happy that Skeeter's farming mid. He's going to start pushing onto this tier 1 tower now. Okay, now we're starting to get into dangerous territory for all these heroes for EgoBoys. As soon as this Diffusal Blade is available, even the Alchemist gonna have a really rough time. And mid, we see a Draken stealing away a lot of the damage from Black while wanting to cast out the Split Earth, not able to do so just yet. Silenced out by the Phantom Embrace, caught inside the Ice Shard, and he'll end up losing his life. The 3 heroes surrounding him make sure to find that kill. And Draken, I like the build he's going for these early drums. Important for a game like this, because not only are you going to be playing to try and make sure that Alchemist is the most farmed hero on the map, part of doing that is going to be playing aggressively with your team, getting these kills. You have Tusk Grimstroke. Didn't pick these supports to sit back and farm all game. Oh well, you did for Alchemist, but not for everybody. Biva was trying to get the steal off of that bounty rune. Kind of an ill-advised maneuver there. Matthew probably dies from this though, as Hester Joe can chase him down after getting off the Infernal Blade. And with this, oh no, but Peter might want to get the kill onto Ryzen. They get the glimpse back underneath the kinetic field. They're looking for this. Stormhammer will connect onto 2, both Black and Pepita. They're getting Ryzen slower and lower. He hasn't fallen as of yet. Razor now shows up. They want to try and get a catch onto mid. They get Black, bringing back inside the Ice Shard. Stroke of Fate slowing him down for the time being. They get close enough to get off the unstable concussion. And the Snowball will be there after the Bar Strike. Black looking to get off the Split Earth will not succeed at doing so. There is going to be a song from Skeeter. And he was hoping to save the life of the Leshrac, will fail to do so. Instead, will just be able to get himself back home. Continue the farm. He's actually changed his mind. Instead of getting Diffusal Blade, wants the Yasha. So gonna get a bit more of a farming item. Will mean he's not available to fight with his team necessarily as soon. But he knows that EgoBoys aren't playing aggressively into his side of the map just yet. If they were doing so over the last like 45 seconds, he might have changed his mind again to go back for the Diffusal. But maybe he'll just buy the Blade of Alacrity and then see what he wants to do.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So EgoBoys, they weather the storm in the mid lane. They don't give it up. They might lose the life of Tomato at bottom though. He did find himself getting doomed up. But Hester Joe looks like Matthew much better on the defensive ice shards than on the offensive ones. Although Infamous don't want to let this go. They smoked up Pepita as well as Biva coming bottom. Matthew seems to have read that maneuver, and Kinetic Field is gonna go down around him. But they know that without having the Barrow Strike anymore, there's no way they have to actually get the kill onto him. But now they're gonna turn. Oh my god, Tomato, what are you doing, comrade? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What was he doing? Black might find himself getting chased down at the very least inside the Ice Shard, but the glimpse back from Pepita as well as the Invis rune on Lesh ensures that Black does end up surviving. Oh man, that is so Tomato. But why? He could have easily just pressed tab. Been like Disruptor very close to level 6. This is a dangerous place to be. I just saw that there's a Sand King in the region as well as a Leshrac here.
Tower is under attack.
So this is now a major problem. Bottom lane, we see Ryzen getting killed again. Infamous getting the dive underneath the tier 1 tower. Inside the Ice Shard though, Matthew doesn't get the correct block, but Hester Joe will still most likely die. You know he won't. Biva! 3-man Barrow Strike from the Sand King, creating the space necessary As Hester Joe able to survive, getting the TP back home. Viva might pay for this with his life. Oh my god, yet another power strike. Is he gonna live through this? The plasma field does not actually kill him. He has a magic stick charge. Okay, it's not enough at the end of the day. Because Draken, at the very least, able to chase down and kill the Sand King. But good grief, a middle Tomato inside the static storm. He's gonna die again. Draken, he wants to take this fight because a lot of these heroes are low, but he gets glimpsed back and put it into a river. They will lose Black, however. He's in the middle of this fight. Oh, not Quail Nova going at it with the Diabolic Edict. He dies eventually, but King Tekka's gonna lose his life in exchange for this one. Draken now, hopefully he can escape, but it doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. They slow him down with the Inferno Blade. They also get the glimpse back onto Matthew. And they kill him, buddy. All the heroes are down. Infamous. They secure themselves a team wipe in the mid lane. It only cost them 2 heroes. And their cores are alive throughout all of it, dishing out the damage, and they get the tier 1 tower now. They're 1,000 gold ahead in a game where they're playing against an alchemist. That is insane. Like, we're 15 minutes in. This was a regular starting mid alchemist who didn't really have that rough of a time. Still only going to be able to clock himself a 15-minute radiance. Really slow for this alchemist hero. Well, not really slow, but like below average. So as it stands right now, EgoBoys need a way to get back into the game. Need a way to use the snowball from the Tusker. I like the idea of the snowball with Inkswell, but kind of feels like whenever they try to make this move, they get instantly counted out by Infamous. And Barrow's right now middle, catching onto Sven with the split Earth 2. It's gonna be a soul bind on Survivor, but thus far he is by himself. Pepita allows himself to be soul bound as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
At the same time though, they are still farming with this alchemist at bottom. As Tomato is trying to get as big as possible, he will just end up denying the T1 tower. He needs to be careful though. Skeeter, oh no, Skeeter's found them. The entangle will be there, and they're gonna blink on him with the Doom. Hester Doom is gonna be out here. The snowball save will be there for a moment as King Tekka also gets involved with the God Strength, and there's gonna be a song though. A song, Viva, look at all these heroes set up for the stun. 5-man static storm with the stuns onto everybody. They've lost 3, they're about to lose 4. 5 will fall at the end of the day. They might get Skeeter on the Naga Siren, but Beaver with an ultra kill on his Sand King. That Sandstorm doing so much magic damage. Pulse Nova flying out as well. Between the Sand King as well as the Leshrac, they dealt 4,000 magic damage. Sure, Skeeter ends up dying. Even the way that Naga Siren ended up dying was primarily just due to the fact that he was taking pot shots from the Eye of the Storm as well as the Unstable Current. Got Plasma Field in his face and got hit once and ended up losing his life. But still, EgoBoys, they walk into a 5-man combination. The only thing that could have made that fight worse, or that will make that fight worse for them, is the knowledge that Infamous weren't even at their full strength for that one. They didn't have Epicenter. Viva has the Epi now. So infamous. Really rough place to be, or a really rough place that they placed EgoBoys. They're 4k gold ahead. This Doombringer for Hester Joe closing in on picking up a BKB. Skeeter has the Yasha, actually has the Diffusal Blade as well. So Yasha Diffusal already available. And this Leshrac by Black. The Atos with the Guardian Greaves is going to be hugely instrumental for the upcoming engagements. just really feels like the Ego Boys have no idea how to stop this aggression coming in from Infamous. Like, they're all stacked up in middle. They do smoke as it. They want to reveal that there is a blink dagger now on Tomato. But unfortunately for them, they make this smoke in a situation where they don't have any aggressive vision on the map, so they don't even know where to go. Thinking about going down the bottom, but all Tomato can do here is just farm. They might actually end up losing Draken in the mid lane. EPICENTER gets channeled out by Fiverr and goes for it right now. Fancy the Grace does come out with the soul bomb as well, but Draken about to lose his life. Matthew will be next as well. There's gonna be a huge start onto 3, and then are they able to at least get the Sand King? Blackthorn falling very low. Will they lose him? Yes, they will. Tomato able to bring him down at the very end of this. Skeeter trying to get away from the Alchemist. There is going to be a usage of the Naga Sleep. Tomato wants to get the blink forward with the unstable concoction start. He was looking for the Naga sign, but instead of blink into a Doom underneath the tier 1 tower. There's going to be a kinetic field as well. Onto several heroes. Buyback coming in from a Peter. They really want to find this kill onto Tomato. Borrow strike once again from Fever from the low ground. They are able to find Tomato. Tomato is dead inside the Doom as well. And they're going to drag back Dragon thanks to the glimpse. Papita with the buyback helping them win this fight. And now Hester Joe looking towards Matthew. Matthew does able to keep himself alive. Once again, defensive shot from Matthew. Seems like this is the gas for the Tusker. But the chase down from Hester Joe way too strong. And Hester Joe also looking at King Tekka. King Tekka should be able to get the TP away. Or maybe not. The Peter has also shown up right now. They get the kinetic field out, but they don't have the damage. And the Sven, well, yes, he does get them back. Is he actually going to die from this? Yeah, actually, whoa, he's going to get ran down by this Scorched Earth with the Infernal Blade. The damage is just present in way too much dot damage. The duration of the damage too high. And now Infamous having claimed the tier 2 tower in the mid lane as well, thanks to Black pushing that down using his Diabolic Edict. And we'll go back to the Roshan pit. Skeeter already sitting inside this one. And the Naga. This is actually a trash way to take the Rosh though. That's the one major issue with Naga Siren. You're not really that great at the Roshan take. If somebody on your team doesn't have Solar Crest, it's basically impossible. In this game, the only person I expect will buy the Solar Crest might be Tomato on the Alchemist, provided he gets there. I've never seen an Alchemist this poor at 21 minutes. Has effectively the same net worth as a Doombringer. And that's just not supposed to be happening. So Tomato now. You will be having this Manta style soon, but was forced to go for the blink first. It does assist him being able to farm across his own camps on his side of the map. But it does also mean that his overall acceleration is going to be drastically reduced. Skeeter, looking for the ensnare at top. Not able to connect onto King Tekka. And this Sven is able to get the blink away. So he will remain alive in this situation, continue to farm towards getting BKB. Or maybe not. They found him. Bye bye. Feels bad. Oh, feels good. You get denied by the neutral creep. Well, gotta get lucky somehow, right? It is still gonna be impetus for the Infamous to get themselves inside the Roshan pit. That was the primary reason why they decided to go for a smoke gank, get a kill, but rotate into Rosh. And this one is not going to take long at all. They know that something might be happening on the side of EgoBoys. Manta style is at least up for the Alchemist, but they also know that there's no way to try and fight that one. At least Ryzen is going to try and force the push from the tier 1s at bottom, but he might actually die here. Skyler knows. Like, Skyler has level 2 song. I don't think songing for... Actually, no, it is kind of trash. If it was like King Tekka, absolutely songing for that kill is the appropriate move. But Ego Boys 6k behind in gold right now. Still trying to create opportunities for Tomato to be the one to turn things around for them. I must say though, they still do have this chance, right? Because the snowball with Inkswell and the unstable concoction bouncing on top of that does actually have potential for them to do enough damage to win the fights. They're getting zapped down right now. Oh my god, Glimpse, they found Tomato, the power strike will be there as well. They immediately get the Doom out onto the Alchemist. Look how quickly they evaporate the big man. He's just dead. Rod of Atos flying out onto the Tusker. Black looking to try and get the split earth onto him. They will be able to combo it up with the power strike. And they found 2 kills here. Tomato in particular, they couldn't really afford to lose the Alchemist, but they do indeed. And with him in the grave, they have a creep wave coming in through mid. They might as well try and put some damage onto the tier 3 tower. Black has the max level into the Diabolic Edict. His illusions will block the damage for now. Looks like they don't want to do this just yet. They're going to try and commit rather for the tier 2 at bottom. Something which they can realistically get right now. King Tech is playing with 5. He might end up dying here. Can you TP out in time? No, he cannot. Yeah, playing with your life, buddy. And now, unfortunately, you have given Infamous permission to play with yours. They take away the Sven's ability to breathe. And Skeeter, look where he parked these illusion runes, making sure that by the time the creep waves get here, by the time the creep waves meet up, it's gonna be well towards the side of the Ego Boys lineup. So this tier 2 tower is just gonna be in constant pressure. Skeeter doesn't want to leave actually. Ideally, he can get off one more conjure image, or the mirror image with the illusion summon, send at bottom, and then that's what allows them to take this tier 2. Especially now that they have the full heart on the Naga Siren. Effectively unstoppable in these fights.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Infamous. 9k old lead. Hester Joe will have Shiva's guard not too long from now. And we still have yet to feel any kind of impact from either Draken nor King Tekka. King Tekka at the very least does have the full BKB, but Draken gonna find himself dying in the to the late API. The Spirit Vessel applied onto him by Biver, and Draken is certainly gonna die here. One more right click should kill him, and Hester Joe. Godlike streak for the Doombringer, 9-0 and 13. He's been involved in 21 kills out of the 27 of his team. Does anybody else in this game even have close to that level of engagement? Nope. Hester Joe really been on point in this game. Skeeter now. Him and his team are now gonna... One of the main things about games like this that I hate, right? And why I hate costing series that are stomps, is because there's very little that EgoBoys can do apart from actually winning a fight, right? In the absence of having Blink Dagger on the Tusker, Blink Dagger on the Sven as well, their only source of initiating fights is Snowball Inkswell, and it's effectively impossible to win fights in Dota if you can't be the one that starts it on your own terms. Infamous have several ways that they can start fights. Biver has a Blink Dagger, Hester Joe has a Blink Dagger. While even Black can just run in with Pulse Nova Diabolic Edict going and be 100% certain that he has a save available from the Naga Siren. With EgoBoys, because they don't have a Blink Dagger on the Tusker, Alchemist doesn't feel safe making the same move. He can't just jump into the fight because who's gonna keep him alive if things go south?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So Tomato, at the very least, does have BKB Manta, but the only hero on his team that has anything, like literally anything. King Tekka seems like he's just AFK in the mid lane a bit. And Infamous on the cusp of getting themselves to epicenter. Moscow is beckoning for the dire side. They haven't done it all yet though. They no longer have Aegis, so that does mean that EgoBoys do have a potential to find kills onto Infamous. In particular, if they try to overextend, they get way too aggressive right now. This is still time that Alchemist is sort of farming. Not really. They're gonna lose Razor at top. He's definitely dead. He's gonna get caught right now with the hot stomp. Their power strike will follow this up. Rod of Atos was there. And Draken activates the BKB, but I'm not sure you really want to be the one activating your 10-second BKB merely to survive, poking your head out of base and coming right back. Such an ordeal for the EgoBoys. 30k gold lead for Infamous. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen an Alchemist in a game where at this stage of the game the team that has the Alchemist is this far behind whilst the Alchemist is still maintaining his overall gold lead.
A gift from the Tempest.
I'll take your
And Infamous is quite happy right now to simply control the flow of the game on all sides, ensure that the lane is being pushed in. You see Biva goes bottom to address this one. He might as well keep this farming. Wait, where's his gold? Something on the courier? Okay, a full 4-star for the Sand King. Mid lane is being continually pressed in by the illusions from Skeeter. And at top, obviously, all the heroes from Infamous are very nearby. Have to resort to taking farm from illusions. It doesn't feel like they necessarily have a plan how they're gonna get themselves out of the situation. They don't have any observer wards that accurate farm to be able to get items that'll help them come back into this one. But they're playing against the kind of heroes that will punish any kind of excursion outside the base where they aren't prepared to commit the full BKBs to survive. You don't want to have to commit BKBs just to get out of being glimpsed or caught with a barrel strike when you're trying to just get some paltry CS. Like right now, King Tekka gonna have to BKB. He doesn't have to wait until his team shows up in numbers. Wait, hold that thought. They're just gonna turn their attention back towards King Tekka. King Tekka will die, BKB or no. And he will end up losing his life in the top lane. 50 seconds in the grave. Does have buyback, but having to commit the buyback is certainly gonna hurt. Black mid lane activates the Diabolic. Tomato is able to find the stun, but they get the do-knock onto the Razor. He does not have buyback. He can't really afford to lose out on this fight. They get the glimpse back. Just to make sure they're not going to get ran down by the Sven right now. So King Tekka can't really be of use. And with that buyback, King Tekka will just have to watch as his team like, well, okay, we gave up what 1600 health on this tier 1 tower for just no reason. Doesn't really go anywhere, does nothing. So Tomato very soon, well, soon, if it was soon for an Alchemist, he'd have it in like a minute. But he's gonna only have the Shiva's God in like 3 minutes from now. This is gonna take such a long time. And in the interim, Infamous can continue to accelerate their lead. Skeeter will definitely have a butterfly by the time the next engagement begins. Black won't have the Hex, but he's effectively unkillable right now with this Lotus Orb being available on him. And they're gonna try to go for this Ultron. Then I might as well just get the Aegis, get the cheese. Let's just end this game, guys. I kind of want to go to Moscow. And almost managing to take it down. Yet again, EgoBoys. The only thing they can do within this little window of time when Infamous is trying to take down the Roche is farm up the jungle, at least get Tomato to finish off the Shiva's God. He does have it now, So that's going to be much more useful for the follow-up engagements. But get back to base, bro. Okay. That would have been really concerning if Tomato got caught out. We're at the stage now where, because the only buybacks are on the Razor and the Tusker, okay, mid lane, but Peter might die. This is gonna be a huge opportunity if they get this kill, and they do find it. But Hester Joe blinking in on the back line of the fight, looking for a Doom onto somebody, and he does manage to Doom the Alchemist. After Alchemist has started channeling the stun, we do see the Soul Find on the backside of the fight. Hester Joe will die, having all of his damage sapped away and turned against them. Skeeter at the forefront of the fight wants to try and bring down Draken. Draken activates the BKB. Viper goes in with the epicenter, able to bring down the Tusker. Tusk will buy back as well as the control. Wanna try and find this fight. King Tekka stunned up on the sphere. His BKB has expired. He has no more damage left, and he's gonna lose his life. Tomato, watch yourself, buddy. If you're looking for the unstable concoction scan onto Skeeter, does manage to catch him, but his own BKB will end now as well. And Alchemist doesn't seem like he hits hard enough. Gonna get glimpsed back into a static storm, into a Forest Strike as well. It will be a nice snowball from Matthew, but it's not gonna be enough to save the life of Tomato, as he's gonna end up dying. No buyback available for the Alchemist, as Infamous brought back several heroes of their own to try and ensure that they are able to get the team fight win. In particular, Pepita and Hester Joe wanted another piece of the pie, but it doesn't matter. The important heroes are down. Tomato is dead, and King Tekka is dead. Neither of whom had buyback. King Tekka, in fact, died back for that engagement. And Infamous are doing it. Gotten the one name of Rags. They put the glimpse back onto Draken. The Razor is dead. There's no buyback, and the game is over. They GG out. EgoBoys have seen the writing on the wall, and they give up the go. As we see the side of Infamous Gaming taking the victory, taking the game, taking the grand finals 3-0, and booking themselves a ticket to Moscow. They will join Pain Gaming as representatives of South America at the final major of the season, right before TI. Any team that wants to get themselves DPC points, the major will be the last place where it's possible to do so, and Infamous Gaming have put themselves in contention to get a direct invite to TI. Whether or not that ends up happening, well, that's for the future. They need to talk to their future selves and make sure that the major